guys, this is Dustin with DS Fragrance YouTube channel. So this just got put in my mind as far as what would I recommend for straight out of the shower, whether that's your morning shower before you start your day or an evening shower just before you go to bed. So to me, when I'm gonna pick something for morning versus the evening, I'm gonna look for something more uplifting, more energizing, and also take the weather or the seasons into account. So like if it's summer, I'm gonna go with something more fresh, more blue aquatic, maybe something more herbal and fresh in that regard. Whereas if it's more in the evening, I'm probably going to want something that's going to be more relaxing. Maybe something more floral, more of a tea note, more something with lavender in it. Lavender is very good for relaxing and stress and anxiety and things like that. So to start this list off, this is something you can usually always find at the rack stores. And for cheap, right in that low 20s to high teens range for a 100 ml bottle. And that is going to be Nautica Voyage. So with this one, you get a pretty prominent green apple note up front. It's aquatic, it's watery. A little bit of, I get orange peel in this. This is one of the first ones I've had in my collection. It's a good one. And you can find it right under $20 or a little under. And it's got decent performance. This is a summer staple. If you want something that's going to perform in the summer very well, this is a good one. And I would say this would be a good one for out of the shower in the mornings. It's uplifting, it's energizing, and it's a good fragrance. The next one, I would say you can use either in the evening or in the morning. This is one I found at Ross, is Azzaro Sport. This is 90s and early 2000s in a bottle. If you like Abercrombie Fierce or like Mont Blanc Legend, those type of sporty, fresh fragrances, this is going to be right down that same vein, more or less. I do get similarities to Abercrombie Fierce from this. Up front, you get like a sweet citrus, maybe a little bergamot. It is watery, sporty, spice. It's good, and I get good performance out of it. I get about 6 to 8 hours longevity and about 2 to 3 hours of about average, slightly above average performance and projection right at the beginning before it starts sitting a little closer to the skin. But it's a great scent, and I think I paid $19.99 for a 100 ml bottle. This is good stuff. If you like that sporty Abercrombie Fierce vibe, this is awesome. I'd say you could use this in the morning. A great gym scent for sure. And even in the evening. I would say a couple hours before you go to bed wouldn't hurt. Next one, this is definitely one I recommend in the evening. You could use it during the day. It is a classic, and I like this one in the evening because of the tea note in there, and that's going to be Chrome United. This one, up front, it is a little rougher on the edges in my mind. Up front, I do get a little bit of like a blue, slight floral, and citrus kind of up front, but it does kind of have a little alcohol-y tinge for the first few seconds until it hits the skin and kind of airs out a little bit. Then it starts really opening up. And yeah, initial spray, You get watery notes. I get kind of almost like a morning dew kind of on the grass type of vibe from it. And maybe some orange peel and a little bit of, I can't put the type of flower on it, but it does have a little flory vibe. But as it dries down, this gets a really nice floral citrus and watery note that really sits to the skin pretty close. I get about an hour and a half of about average projection. But in longevity, I get about 6 hours to where I still kind of smell it coming off my skin a little bit. It's not beast mode in any way, shape, or form. But for straight out of the shower, it's relaxing. For something like this, I don't wear something like this to just, wow people. If I want to smell clean and fresh right out of the shower, this is something I would go for. It's very nice, and that tea note is very relaxing to me. So this is one I'd recommend in the evening after a good shower, after a long day's work. And on to probably my favorite blue fragrance, Ross at TLTG Reviews. This is his favorite blue fragrance, and shout out to you, Ross. Is Acqua Essenziale Blue by Salvatore Ferragamo. I received this in a trade. To me, this breaks kind of the typical DNA of a blue fragrance. It's not aquatic. There's some more richness and depth to this blue fragrance that I don't really find in most blue fragrances. There is a little bit of spice. I'm going to spray this into the air. I love this stuff. Right on the onset, I get almost like an orange zest bergamot. It's not sharp. It has the aspects of citrus, that zestiness, and I get a little floral in the background. And it's just, and it almost has a slight earthy vibe kind of in the background. Like, I don't know if this has vetiver or not, but it gives off this real earthy type of vibe in the end. And this thing is above average performance for me. I personally get about 2 to 3 hours of about average or slightly above average projection. Definitely more above average projection. But in longevity, I get 6 to 8 hours. And that's spraying it on my clothes. If I'm just spraying it on my skin, I get right around 6 hours. And like with most freshies, they're not known for being very powerful or strong. But this is an exception. I love this fragrance. I always have to have a bottle of this. And I have to take another whiff. Spray some on my wrist. Wave it around. This, oh man. Right at the beginning, it is a little synthetic. To me it is, but for the price you get this for, if you could find a tester bottle, you should be able to find this in a tester bottle right around mid-20s roughly. But you could find it from discounters right in that high 20s to mid-30s range, depending where you go. Yeah, right on the onset, there's this, it's like a lime bergamot. I almost do get kind of a woody vibe sitting there in the background, whether that's cedar or I don't get birch. It doesn't have a birchy vibe to me. But it's got a lot of citrus up front, but It's got a lot more depth. It's got a little bit more body behind it than your traditional blue fragrance, in my opinion. But it is definitely blind buy worthy. I recommend this would be a fantastic signature scent because of just how much longevity and projection you get out of it, the performance of it. You can wear this all year round. This would be a fantastic signature scent. Sprayed a little bit heavier in the winter and fall. You could go a little bit lighter in the summertime or on hot days, maybe do 3-4 sprays. In the wintertime, I'm doing 6 to 8 sprays. One on each side of my neck, one on the back of my neck, one on my wrist, and then 2 or 3 on my chest. And this stuff is awesome. This stuff gets me through a work day. No problem. So those are the 4 I have, at least in my collection right now, that I would recommend for shower fragrances. And those would even be awesome in the summertime because they are freshies. So I hope this video has been really awesome for you guys. There's my son Dawson. Can you say hi? And hope you guys have a good day.